This is the Midday News. Thanks for joining us. The Department of Community Development and Religion will work closely with the police to support safe city operations. This was announced through a visit to the department by the NCD Metropolitan Command recently.
The Metropolitan Superintendent Warwick Simatab said the objective of partnering with the Department of Community Development and Religion is to keep the city safe through team effort, as the police cannot do it alone. Simatab explained that success depends on everyone working together to keep our city safe. He said the NCD Command engages the department because most of their employees, including Secretary Jerry Ubase, were recently graduated as police reservists. He said the team will work directly with police FSVU and CID at local stations, especially to support criminal investigations and protect women and children from violence. Secretary Jerry Ubase, who is also a police reserve chief sergeant, will lead the deployment, showing a strong commitment from the department's senior leadership. Simatab said that by working closely with other government agencies, the police will strengthen their ability to ensure Port Moresby is safe and secure for the residents and visiting nations. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Superman National Court Judge Justice Graham Ellis was sworn in by the Governor-General Grand Chief Sir Bob Dadai yesterday at the Government House in Port Moresby. The Judicial and Legal Services Commission appointed Ellis for a period of 3 years. Justice Ellis recited before the Governor-General the oath of Declaration of Office, Declaration of Loyalty, and Judicial Declaration. The swearing-in ceremony was attended by Chief Justice Sir Gibbs Salika and Deputy Chief Justice Ambeng Kandakasi. Rural cocoa farmers in Bongo Village in Raikos District received a welcoming surprise on the morning of Saturday, August 30th, when a local cocoa buyer delivered 50,000 kina in hard cash to them for their cocoa. Linguan and Company, a local cocoa exporter in Midday, came just at the right time to buy cocoa when the rural farmers and their families are preparing to celebrate the country's 50th independence.
Farmers from Bongo Village in Medang's Raikos district were paid 50,000 kina for 3 tons of their cocoa by Linguan and Company, a local cocoa exporter in Midday. The farmers had mobilized and processed their cocoa into dry beans after a major rehabilitation program they had undertaken with local NGO, Inland Cocoa Technical. Chairman of Inland Cocoa Technical, Joe Begg, explained that the organization was formed in 2018 to assist rural cocoa farmers rehabilitate their rundown cocoa blocks, which after the cocoa pod borer had destroyed their cocoa gardens.
We are running rehabilitation program. And the rehabilitation, we are cutting more bad sticks, na we supplying more farmers. We are treating seed. So we are lining more this land, and we are rousing more sick blood this land. You are applying pesticides, herbicides. Now you are bringing cacao candy. Planting, you are saving mal, you are not being given helping blood. So this is like secret. You are showing blood farmers, or farmers saving.
Begg said the 3-ton cocoa that was sold is the product of the rehabilitated cocoa gardens. Project officer with the Midday Governor's Office, Stanley Somak, thanked ICT for the rehabilitation program. He especially thanked the farmers for being very organized in ensuring the success of this marketing initiative. Mr. Soma said the provincial government stands ready to assist all cocoa farmers in the province with polybags for their rural nursery programs.
Mibla sana bla disla ting now, so mibla rolling disla Madang province cocoa rollout program inside the Madang province. Na imigat long bla dreaman, long bla ting is start. All market imisati market, all saka condition blol. You buy meeting mamas quantity.
Soma explained that the challenge with marketing local cocoa overseas is consistency in production and quality. Hence, the provincial government has allocated 1.1 million kina this year to roll out the provincial cocoa program. Soma said the Provincial Executive Committee has approved for another 2 million kina towards the cocoa rollout program, which includes the distribution of cocoa polybags to farmers across Midday province.
Now you talk to market, but you not producing quantity. How much quantity? Madam producing. Now we are giving no feed. You may not get enough cacao. I'm straight, huh? I'm also so. I'm power you now, cacao. You blow walk cacao. Pull up in cacao, province. Over that is a depot. Pull up now. I'm just done now. When you find market, I'm looking process downstream processing now. You see look. As cacao, you go direct to factory selling factory price now you go.
The Cocoa Board of PNG was represented at the occasion by Midday Branch Manager Abel Nepre and his extension officers who had been working with rural cocoa farmers with rehabilitating their cocoa gardens. Mr. Nepre said the Cocoa Board was instrumental in collaborating with TVWAN and Company to purchase Bongo cocoa beans. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
The St. John Ambulance and Papua New Guinea Sports Foundation have signed a landmark memorandum of agreement on the 1st of September to deliver life-saving health services and training across Port Moresby's premier sporting venues. The partnership will see SJA establish dedicated training and emergency response facilities at the Tarama Aquatic Centre, offering regular first aid courses and on-site support for PNG SF events. In return, the Sports Foundation will provide land, storage and exclusive access to its facilities, enable the St. John Ambulance to expand its operations and reach to more communities. This partnership means their safety is supported by internationally benchmarked first aid training and emergency health care delivered on-site. A double milestone celebration for all dentists around the country was hosted last night at the APEC House in Port Moresby as the PNG Dental Association celebrated 65 years of history alongside PNG's 50th independence anniversary. Key stakeholders, doctors, medical school students and Dental Association alumni members gathered for the significant occasion with pride and respect for their profession. Association President Dr. Gilbert Kamaya said the Dental Association is committed to expanding its reach, embracing new technologies, and ensuring the quality of dental care is accessible to every Papua New Guinean, no matter where they live.
Into the overall health and productivity of our citizens. As we look to the future, PNG Dental Association is committed to expand our reach, embracing new technologies, ensuring that quality dental care is accessible to every Papua New Guinean, no matter where they live. I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, we must praise our classes to celebrate 65 years of dental history, 50 years of national independence, and to the health and prosperity and the bright future of Papua New Guinea. I welcome you all. Thank you very much for your time.
Turning abroad, the detection of bee-killing parasite varroa mite in South Australia has sent shockwaves through the state's agriculture industries. 3,000 beekeepers are on high alert, and farmers reliant on pollination are concerned about what it means for the future of their crops. Jessica Screma is in the Riverland region where the deadly pest was uncovered during a routine beehive check.
It's usually a sweet business, but there's a new sting in the tail, with bee-killing parasite varroa mite detected in SA for the first time.
Yeah, it's going to be a massive change for us, and we're going to have to work it out pretty quickly because you can't make mistakes with this, because if you make mistakes, you've got dead hives.
The infested hives were found in the Riverland town of Putchinook, part of a consignment of hundreds of hives from Queensland delivered to pollinate almond trees. Authorities are taking a management approach.
We knew that varroa mite would be coming to South Australia eventually. It's already in New South Wales, Victoria, Queensland, the ACT.
Fear of the parasite spread has some planning to quit the business.
I just said, that's it. Once Varroa gets here, we're going to pull the pin.
And with bee pollination the cornerstone of much horticulture, producers are worried.
We're 100% reliant on bees, apart from the small minority that have self-fertile varieties. So the impact of not having bees would have been catastrophic.
SA's almond industry says it needs 60,000 hives, and interstate bees are vital. Many almond growers depend on managed beehives for pollination. But other types of horticulture, like this avocado farm, rely on feral bees, and they hold grave concerns over the mite's impact on wild colonies, which risk being wiped out.
The biggest loss will be when the feral bees go. Then we'll have to look at how we fill that gap.
It's going to have a huge impact on the feral bee colonies. They're talking 90 to 95% death.
Western Australia, Tasmania and the NT are the only regions that remain free of this devastating mite.
A major New South Wales by-election is nearly 1 week away in what's expected to be a tight race for 13 candidates. Chris Minns joined Labor's nomination this morning, who will recontest the Kiama seat following the resignation of convicted sex offender and former MP Gareth Ward.
Premier made his 6th visit to Kiama today since the by-election was called. He joined Labor candidate Caitlin McInerney to unveil improvements to Kiama High's science labs, part of a busy string of visits across the marginal seat.
I'd rather overdo it than underdo it and show the community that we don't take anything for granted and we're hungry. We're hungry for votes.
Chris Minns still believes Labor is the outsider in the race.
I think we're the underdog. This is going to be a tough election for us to win.
Labor is governing in minority and relies on crossbench support to pass laws. A win in Kiama wouldn't change the balance of power, but it would give the government a little more breathing room in Parliament. The Liberals and Greens were also in the seat today, as well as community independent Kate Desarno, with the support of key independent crossbencher Alex Greenwich and former independent MP John Hatton. Voters will make their choice on Saturday the 13th.
In sports, Reece Walsh has produced a statement performance to seal a top 4 finish for his Broncos with a 30-14 win over the Melbourne Storm, who lost halfback Jerome Hughes to a fresh injury. After a week of headlines, Walsh silenced critics with a red-hot game that included 2 tries, a try assist and a 40-20. But the big storyline was the Storm's major halves blow. Hughes left the field in the 24th minute, clutching at his wrist in a major blow for the 30-year-old, who was in his return game from a shoulder injury that had sidelined him for 6 weeks. Here are the match highlights.
Back to Walsh, and he thinks it's play on Reece Walsh. Did he get a touch? Was it off? Coates! Benz. Last play, Walsh had a dummy. Lovely ball, Piakura! Brendan Piakura's in. Let Hasko goes to Hunt. Hunt to Walsh. Walsh tries to accelerate through. Walsh with another try for Brisbane. He was a port. Pappenhausen looming up. Here goes Pappenhausen. Links up with Meany. Razzle-dazzle from the Storm to bring him back in the continent. Over the 10. He'll score in the corner. Wow. Brisbane are on their way to the...
And that ends the Midday News. Do join us at 6 tonight for the main bulletin. Bye for now.